Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. I am your lore master, Don Marshall, and around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hi, internet friends.
Hello.
We've got a new area to explore, but before we jump into this next area, a special thanks from our sponsor, therookandtheraven.com. For all of your note-taking TTRPG note-taking needs, you can go to therookandtheraven.com for some cool stuff. We are using the One Ring system by Free League Publishing. The art is done by Sarah M. Shunky. You can find her at Sarah M. Shunky on Instagram. The battle maps are done by Little Wit the Cartographer, and the music is created by Cullen Vance. You can stream his music anywhere music is streamed, or cullenvancecreative.com. Also, a very special thanks to my wife, Nat20Wife, online for pretty much everything. We went to Canada this weekend and raised $11,000 for charity, so that was fun. We played D&D for a charity stream, so that was our thing this weekend. Shout out Nerdy Nightly, go check them out. Great folks. Is there anything else we need to do before we get started? No. Is everybody ready?
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's
More
do
than any other session we've had so far. There's so much less stress.
There's so much less stress. The world is your, well, I don't want to say oyster because maybe the oysters are evil too.
I was about to say.
Let's go. And welcome back. When we last left off, the entirety of the cast formed a polycule with Anna Maria and rode off into the sunset on Shadowfax.
Correct. And it was good.
Yeah.
And
No,
the
it was, I'm not wrong. That's the only thing. No, you guys managed to, despite my best efforts to kill you, at least one of you, or at least one of the NPCs. Like, I thought Elrond or Eladon and Elro here were for sure goners.
those guys at least.
Yeah, right.
At least
It
one
would-
of the twins.
It would make thematic sense, but no, they rolled so poorly. Arwen didn't fall to 0 HP, so Elrond didn't need to sacrifice himself, which, by the way, was a plan, just in case that ever... Oh, yeah, come on now. Come on. You think Elrond's just going to stand there while his daughter gets stabbed? Come on now.
Dare you?
How dare I what? Kill off one of the most easily killable characters in this TTRPG?
How
Oh,
dare
Oh.
you?
Oh,
no more armor.
Wow.
Anyway, if
always run out of plot armor.
there's a reason that he didn't travel with the Fellowship, right? He had his story, right? Even though the Silmarillion wasn't published at the time, it's fine. Right. So, when we last left off, you all successfully made it through the Paths of the Dead, fought a bunch of Nazgul, killed 8 of them. Halloweth, you had 5 individually. Nicely done. And drove off the Witch King. And Tariel murdered Sauron. Well, not actually murdered, of course. His spirit will exist in perpetuity forever. But where is he now? Who even knows? What cat has he possessed now? Let's find out. You also successfully convinced the king of the... Well, you all standing behind Anna Maria as she convinced the king of the dead in the most... Girl boss doesn't seem strong enough of an adjective.
That actually would be insulting.
It feels insulting. Tori, Charlotte, I'll let you take care of this. Can you describe what Anna Maria did as a woman to the world of Middle-earth?
Majestic and awe-inspiring.
Yeah, she
Songs will be sung.
she wombed him. I don't know what else.
Yeah, no, that's canon now. That's a new adjective
Okay.
we've just come out, or no, verb.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
I don't know what else to describe it.
That's
Spot on.
you know, it's indescribable, really, when you think about it.
She did the endometriomost.
Jesus.
You said, and I don't get the reference. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So the endometrium is like the lining of your uterus, right? And endometriosis is a condition in which your endometrium like overgrows your uterus. It's very painful, but it does sound like endometriosis does sound somewhat like endometriosis. So that is the joke that I made.
There we go.
That
Now you're
is
caught up.
certainly a reference. That
And
certainly is a
that's
reference
what you missed
made.
on Glee.
Which, by the way, is a fantastic tagline to use in perpetuity for the rest of forever.
Yes.
All right. You guys want to get started?
Yeah.
I think
All
we
right.
already have.
Oh, right. We're kind of in the middle of something, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks since we've played last. All right. So the last session ended as Arwen alone rode off into the sunset. Eladon, Elrohir, Elrond, and Rhaval watched as Rhaval madly in love with pretty much every woman he sees, but mostly just Arwen now. Hanging out with you all as you all met Mordecai, the elderly man who was the last person in his very small village that had been seemingly abandoned as the new area that you have come to south of the White Mountains in the sort of Gondor provinces. Seemed to be different. You gained some temporary HP. Halloweth lost a point in or a D6 in his lore score. Gorge still talks. The rat still talks. There's so many. I'm sorry, Zach. You look so angry as I say this.
I saw the
there was-
glasses whip off.
There was that.
How many times can this happen to Howard? It's like 10 weeks. It's
Yeah.
When I told you the magic was returning, I meant that literally, but that doesn't mean the magic can't also go away.
He didn't mean it was returning to you. It has to come from somewhere. This is the law of equivalent exchange.
It feels like atrophy. You know when you don't go to the gym in like a week, and then it's
You're just
like,
like, whoa.
so quickly it just goes away. Like your fitness just depletes way quicker than it builds up. That's
Yeah, I
Zach,
hate when
know
I
what it's
don't
like.
go to the gym
Yeah, I was gonna
for
say
4 weeks.
I
poor example to use on a bunch of nerds. But like
it's not our fault. You're the only swole one in here. I mean, Max, you could probably punch someone in
Max could kill everybody here.
but he wouldn't. Max
Mhm.
Max could kill everybody, but chooses not to, and it is only through his infinite mercy that we are allowed to live.
Hey, it
Thank
took
you,
a lot of
Max.
violence to become this gentle.
Wow.
That's very good.
Oh, did we
We
just
should
learn
have-
some Beery backstory?
Yeah,
Sorry.
can Beery, is that like the words of House Beery or something?
No, that's
Like-
just Max lore.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't realize we were getting player lore here.
No,
Like-
let's just get on in. I'm excited
All
to
right,
build.
let's do
There's
it.
a min-max pun there somewhere. I'm not sure what it is, but it's there
Oh.
somewhere.
Oh,
Oh wait, hang on. But there's one other back previous episode thing. Like I think there was the adorable Badger family
uh-huh.
Oh,
from
yeah.
which
Yeah.
we discerned that, or at least inferred that
Mhm.
if we defeat Gwaihir, we may be robbing all of the animals in Middle Earth of their newfound sentience and powers of speech, and that feels awful. It's like
Well,
he's
also-
holding our feelings hostage with every adorable animal.
we
It's
debated
horrible,
that.
but also, is
We
this the way
debated
things
that
meant to
they
be?
had sentience and whether that was a good thing or not, and whether they actually
Mhm.
Like, are we the bad guys?
Are we the
Yeah.
Could the
baddies?
whole Middle Earth just be Fern Gully all of a sudden?
It's because it's not natural. It's a construct of evil. It's like the ring. Can the ring do good? Well, it depends what you define as good, but it's not natural for them.
Right, but also no take backsies.
Is there? Because it's not going to harm. They're just going to lose
The-
that. and they're
The
gonna-
entirety of the Lord of the Rings is Sauron trying to take backsies.
That is a
I don't-
very fair point.
I don't know how to make it any
no.
clearer.
Oh, Don.
What? The little baby badgers.
Mhm. Shall we continue
Anyway,
to
yes.
see what small,
was
adorable
cool.
creatures I can torture you with
We met
now?
we met a
Yeah.
very nice man.
That's true. You did meet a nice guy named Mordecai who agreed to give you his boat after you fed him for it's really the teach a man to fish need
Oh,
him for a life.
I didn't just lose magic. You did use it as well last session.
Oh yeah. It was like
Okay.
you lost magic through helping people, but it's like that rainbow fish parable where eventually you have something nice and you give it away to everybody else, and then you have nothing. The rainbow fish is a terrible children's story and should never be encouraged.
Sounds
to
like
be
the
read.
Giving Tree, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Same
Yeah.
vibe. Same vibe.
Okay.
Horrible.
Okay.
Anyway,
And-
don't think about it too long.
And Mordecai looks like he's determined to stay put. Like
Oh, he's
can't
very,
force him to come
very
with us.
well. Let's
I built a
find
huge
out.
fence for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You basically built him a farm.
He's the
an
Florida
hour.
man who is staying through the Cat 5 hurricane.
Yes, correct.
He's got his snacks. He's
He
boarded
got
up his windows. He's good.
Hams and beans.
Love
I'm
it.
just picturing a Category 5 hurricane coming through Florida and one of the dolphins popping up and go, "You should have left ages ago, man." See ya.
With the deadpan voice. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my name's Steve. I live out in the ocean. I eat fish, but like honestly, you're an idiot. You should have left.
And you
Anyway.
gotta go.
Like
Yeah, I
Finn braced on the fence. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
I
man.
think the dolphins are bullies. They like actually.
Dolphins
force
are
on
yeah.
Yeah,
No, dolphins
they
are
are.
not.
the other like animals.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's play.
Yeah, you want to get
Yes.
started?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's pick things up as Arwen rides off into the sunrise. I don't remember if it was day or night, but she's
Day.
traveling east, and so I can't say ride off into the sunset. So
Honestly,
Uh,
I think the sun's just going wherever she is. I think she's taking it with her.
what are you all attempting to do as Arwen leaves and the Arwen's relatives remain? We'll
jeez.
pick this up just sort of let's say at dinner that evening, as the old man finally has food, eating well for the first time. Mordecai sits down and, "Thank you, sirs and misses, and your folk, kind elven and dwarven. Thank you. So will you take the boat? And it's very small. I don't know if you'll all be able to all 1, 2, 7 of you,
I have a plan.
right?
I have a plan for that.
No.
As long as I can, scrap some of the fallen lumber and some of the things off of these nearby houses and things like that. If that's all right with you.
You want to destroy me village to make a boat?
Well, it's not like no one's using it.
That's a good point. Oh, and you know what? Old Gerald's dead, so you can have his house. Yep.
Tell me about old Gerald. Was he
Oh,
an
old
all right chap?
Raging alcoholic, sir. Loved the drink. Very fond of it. He was big old, red nose and a belly, and he was good with song, but God bless him, he fell on a pitchfork trying to jump off the hay bales.
Oh God, where Gerald?
Well, do not fret. I will go
Right.
check out Gerald's house for usable materials. I'll be right back.
Oh, goodbye.
Burst out the door.
Your son's. Oh, right. He's not. I'm sorry.
No, we're
it's
still
all hard-
we're still going with the ploy, aren't we?
No,
I think he
he-
realized we
He
were
saw your
idiots.
ears on a failed
Yeah.
athletics check and
That's
kind of
right.
realized, oh, you're not who you say you are.
Also,
Bree.
one
Also,
of us gave
I
him.
grew a farm.
Yeah.
with my thoughts and my feelings.
With my thoughts.
But also, like, Beery's not our son.
True.
Mm.
Just this
Mm.
adopted.
So
You
it's
know?
like an adoption thing. You 3 elves have formed a kind
Oh,
of.
in no way. Have
Are
we-
these your wives, sir? I don't want to
Okay.
assume.
No,
Oh,
well,
God.
actually, if you ask what we would call in another realm the live chat, we are. However,
I've heard of them. They're
no, we're getting
quite. We're getting
way
too meta. We're getting
way
too meta.
No.
Eladon and Elro
No.
here look at you just like, what the hell are they
Tariel
talking?
kills Eladon and Elro here.
This is the part, in video games where you like save your game right beforehand, then do some weird ass
Crazy shit.
Yes.
and then load it. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
This is Skyrim before you enable God mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we are we're friends, companions, and we'll leave it at that.
Why? Simple. I'm sorry. I just wish the simple life was back, I just want it all to go back, but we can't go back now, can we? We're changed. Talking fish, talking everything. Everything talks.
Fish?
Oh, did I not mention?
The
Oh, all manner of
fish-
creature and folk are all having kinds of conversations.
It's
Beery, as you go down to Gerald's house, the river is not far from it, and you're gonna hear as you're sort of surveying this house. Psst, psst.
Fury whips around, grabs like a little tack hammer, and who goes there?
We're in the water.
Who's in the water? Who's swimming? And he's gonna slowly creep out.
Hi.
Where's the water?
You see a small fish piping up about a foot long, and around it are a couple of other smaller fish. Hi.
Well, hello.
Do you have any food?
What do you eat? I'm not much of a fisherman.
Bugs.
Bugs. Looks around. Are there any bugs nearby?
Make
Little
a scan
beetles
check
or
for me.
worms? Which check?
This
The
is
book's
A scan check.
It's lazy fucking fish.
And sometimes they come up to the shore and they ask you for food, miss. It's the strangest thing I ever did see.
Ariel is not part of this. She's still back shoveling food in her face while Beery's on his own with this one.
Oh yeah.
19 with a 6 involved.
With a 19, there you see a little ant hill that is just kind of there. And what are you doing with them?
Okay, let's do this. Now,
Ants? No.
well, I'm playing off the DM here, right? The GM.
What's wrong
he's
with
going-
ants? No, Charlotte. What's wrong with
I'm
ants?
just worried that Don doesn't know what.
No, a
fish
trout
eats.
would. Hey, in fly
They'll eat
fishing,
whatever.
there is a little ant. They eat ants. Little trouts eat ants.
Carry on.
I've seen it. Okay. His hands are like thick leather, right? Might as well be gloves. He's gonna poke his hand, like he's gonna stir him up because he knows what ants are. He's from underground.
Oh yeah.
Stir up the anthill,
Mhm,
and then get him all pissed off, and he's gonna let him crawl up his hands, and then kind of like get down on his like elbows and knees,
mhm.
and like he's gonna let them kind of off his fingers.
And they
hold
nip
it
at your
just out of
fingers with
reach.
their little lips, ma'am.
Their little lips, but he's gonna hold it just out of reach. Like, hi,
Hi.
before I give you these delicious little morsels,
Right?
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Up and down this river,
Mm.
have you seen any bigger ewes or bigger swimming things?
Yeah. There's lots of big swimming things.
Like what?
Big swimming things.
Like, are they like you, or is it like big and scary?
Oh
With
no,
all the
it's
tentacles?
about 30 of my kids long.
How big is he? Is it like a little trout?
About a foot long. About a foot long.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Does it try and get you?
Well, no, we don't go there, but we've heard about it from others.
You all talk to each other.
Yeah, well, we do now. We kind of did before, but not really.
I'm trying not to fall apart here. Okay.
I like that the fish. I like that the
I
fish is
can't.
American. I like the idea that
I
all
had
of
to stop
the-
faking the British accent. I had to stop faking
I
the British
know. I
accent.
like it. I'm gonna make it canon that it's a completely different land underwater. They just have different accents there.
They do. They
This
do.
feels like we've gone from Return of the Jedi to the Star Wars Christmas special.
I can't with this fucking fish.
This is good. Hi.
It's
You
like
have a
Marvin, but
name.
slightly more chaotic.
I don't want to be rude. My name is Beery. Do you have a name?
Well, and she kind of looks back. To them, I'm mom. To my mom, I was daughter. To the other guy, he was mate. He's gone now. But
How with this? How with this?
Yeah.
Friend.
oh,
And actually, he reaches down and gives her one of the big old, in my imagine, big old ants, right?
yeah. You get it's you know.
Yep.
Just
right.
a little fish. I don't know how to make fish eating noises other than like.
He's like he just lips.
Yeah.
Anyways, well,
Tori is
thank you
losing
so
it
much.
for those listening on the podcast.
I'm sorry. Just ignore me, y'all. Just fucking ignore me.
I'm trying to plant the seeds of sea monsters here. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Now, how far away are these big, terrible things?
Oh, many leagues down the river.
When you're hearing your friends talk about these terrible creatures, is there something that you're not supposed to do, like make a lot of noise or disturb the water or something like that?
Don't go near them.
Just don't go near them.
Yeah, no, you'll get eaten.
Is it like big water or little water? You know, like
Big
a
water,
river?
big water, big water, big
No
water. Yeah,
big
big
water.
water, big water, big water.
So no big water. Thank you so much. You've been so helpful. And he just plunges his hands into like the cool water so that the ants float.
20 or so little minnow-ish things
Oh no!
just start gobbling.
It tickles. It tickles. Stop it!
No biting, kids. Please be safe one at a time. I don't want to hurt this friend. Thank you, friend. And they swim off.
Bye, bye, friend. As he like watches them just.
Yeah.
Oh.
This little school of fish, just like, all right, bye.
Immediately eaten by a shark.
We have
60-foot snapping turtle. Just look, krill.
Or
Yeah.
Beery just gets snatched by a tentacle. Just drag it. Anyways,
No.
So yes, to not delineate too much, Beery's going to hit Gerald's place and start pulling planks off of the walls. You know, I'm imagining it's just siding, plank siding. Looking for large logs, but also this guy was an alky looking for his liquor stores.
Yeah, I'll say you have no problem finding the wood necessary for it, but make me and I'll let you make actually make an explore check because this is going to be something new. So make an explore check to find alcohol. Meantime, as you're doing that, the rest of you are going to listen as Eladon, Elrohir, Elrond talk amongst themselves and seem to come to a kind of decision. We'll come to that in a second. Max, what'd you roll?
18.
18 with an 18 with a 6. Yeah, you find just a really nice bottle of just like a mead that's just been sitting there. It's just like, oh, it's nice. And it's like, it's a jug too. Like it's big.
Do you like the Rooster Cogburn where you put your finger in the hole and you do the elbow thing?
Exactly.
You know, where there's
Because-
mead, there's bees. And where there's bees, there's honey. I'm saying that would be delicious. Go find some. I'm not there. This is out of character. It's what I would do.
This is just Charlotte.
I'll bring this knowledge to Tariel very quickly. Yeah, he's gonna leave the stacks of wood for the morning for when the epic building montage commences, and he's gonna kick the door open like he just came back from a victorious battle.
And
then
oh my goodness, is that Gerald's mead?
Aye.
Oh.
And just waltz in and boop.
You be careful now, sir. That's some mighty strong ones there. He was a raging drunk. Our Gerald.
It's okay. I think he is a dwarf. He'll be fine.
He's had stronger.
Yes, he has.
Right.
Gives Tariel
Well,
a wink.
go on and do your thing. It is around this time as you're all lollygagging about. Elrond is going to chime in and say, Master Beery, this boat, is it big enough for all 7 of us?
I have a plan. You okay? There's not much, seafaring people where I'm from, but there was a couple shuttles between. There was, some underground rivers that I remember. Ferries, we called them. Anyways, I have an idea. And a boat is kind of tipsy with a bunch of us, but when it comes to outrigging, you see, now this is gonna be too long. I'm gonna build outriggers. Yeah, planks going across. Before I actually, I'll explain it as Barry. Sure. 2 like pontoons on either side, right? And planks connecting everything. And then I could even have a little hatch in the hull of the boat. We could either hide stuff for storage, or if we want.
Can I sit in there? Can I sit in the
God,
thing?
you can sit below.
Yeah. Wait,
And
can
then
I
we can all
come?
be
Can I come on the
across
boat?
But
Yeah.
I have some very important pertinent information I just learned from a school of fish just outside.
A what?
Yeah. So apparently there are great and terrible swimming things in the big waters. We got to watch
Oh,
out.
we knew that.
But now it's like written in stone or written in water. Anyways, I don't know what the terms are.
Well, it's good to know. Thank you, Barry, for finding that out and for
That's why I'm here. I'm the thinking guy.
never. Yes, you are. For your ever reliable craftsmanship. How long do you think that will take until we're seaworthy?
Oh, with your help, I think we'll be out here mid-morning.
Perfect. Mordecai, you have been a wonderful host.
And you've been a most gracious blessing, bountiful harvests and all. And I thank you very kindly. But do you all have to go?
Oh,
You can come with us.
no, he wants to stay.
Oh, I can't leave this place, sir. It's me home.
Unfortunately, we have a rather pressing quest to right the balance, as it were, to get things back to as normal as they could be. That's
Are
what
you and the other magical elves gonna fix all this?
we're certainly going to try.
Right. Well, good fortune to you, masters and misses and um pig thing.
Gorge.
Oh, right. Gorge. Thank you. You're welcome, I think. Right. Right. Well, it's been quite the day, so I'm gonna turn in. The barn is you're all welcome to sleep in there. There's lots of hay as the horses aren't eating it no more, and it's plenty comfortable, and you can rest there and then be on your
Oh,
way.
you want us
with
to get
your-
out of your hair? Oh, I could.
Well, if you've got a magical quest and whatnot, if you understand me, I feel as though you should be off. And you kind of, no insight checks needed. You kind of get the sense that like the fish thing kind of has him a little freaked out. There's a lot of going on. This is a lot of peopling that he's maybe not used to.
the introvert is socialed out now.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. So Mordecai walks off and starts heading to his own quarters.
Okay.
Okay,
For some reason, I thought we were in his. Perfect.
Barry, let's get to work.
Do we want to start now? And then we could get like a bright and early start.
I think we'd better.
I think that would be best.
I knew I loved you all. Let's work.
Okay.
Elrond's gonna chime in here for a moment. Master Beery, is
Yeah.
it possible to do this with 4 less people? Would your work be done faster?
I don't understand what you're asking.
You all, correct me if I'm wrong, had planned to go back through the paths of the dead, alert the rear guard of Rohan, and be on your way there. But here we are, and you seem bent on traversing the river. Elves and the ocean, there is a longing. Often the sea calls us home towards Valinor. And I am hesitant yet to see it again, as are my children. Rayval can speak for himself, but someone needs to tell those in Rohan what has happened.
That would be useful if you are willing to go back that way.
The way should be clearer now.
Indeed. Such was our thought.
Should be easier. And she fixes the twins with a pointed look. Like
We know the way now. Thank you.
it's
Lady
starter
Dory.
level now. You should be able to navigate this one.
We lowered the difficulty for you.
Yes, I heard the DM was lowering the DC for our travel checks. We're getting super meta today. As this conversation kind of goes on, the elves would remember that the longing for the sea sort of innately within all elves leading back to Valinor, though not as strong for everyone. As soon as they see the ocean or hear the call of the gulls, it can eventually turn into a longing, as it did for Legolas in the books.
Ooh. I mean, if you're uncomfortable, I totally understand it. And honestly, having 3 less elves on this boat would definitely lighten the load.
4.
But you will be missed. And he only says that to Elrond.
As you say this, you hear 4 in the background, and Rayval pipes up. Lady Tariel, I've made the decision to go with Elrond.
Oh. Are you quite certain?
Yes, I can feel that it is the right decision.
Well, perhaps it's for the best.
Our paths will cross again in Gondor, just by different roads.
Well, certainly, these two will, gestures at the twins, will be well stewarded with your guidance. You've made it this far.
Indeed.
Very well.
Insight check on Tariel.
Make an insight check on Tariel. And
Ooh.
Tariel, tell me,
Ha
what'd you do? What'd you do? Oh, right.
not
Your
very
insight check is
insightful.
like 1d12 and 1d6, right?
It's now up to 1d6. I would have
Yeah.
to.
What'd you
I
roll?
just missed it.
All right. There's tension for sure. I think you can read that there's tension in both of these two.
Mm.
That's it. That's all you get.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right. So Eladon, Elrohir, Elrond, and Rayval all make their preparations to leave towards the end of the evening as they head back in through the caves. Before they go, though, Zach, Elrond is going to call Halloweth over just for a private word.
Yes, my lord. What is it?
I believe you mentioned when we were leaving for the paths of the dead, I looked like someone in my armor.
Ah, yes, indeed. Your grandfather. I knew him well.
Indeed. He never mentioned you.
Ah, no. I would assume he would not. We regrettably didn't leave on the best of terms. Though I don't think that was his fault, per se. He didn't know the full truth, and neither did I.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'd give so much to tell him everything if I could. But alas, he is no more, and I remain. So I have to bear that with me, always.
I know the feeling. Master Halloweth, there is a darkness inside of you. I see it in your eyes. I recognize it even. You are quite the enigma.
So I'm told. Alas, when you have lived as long as I have and experienced everything that I have, you're often not the most forthcoming.
No. I know that feeling all too well. And yet, kindness costs nothing, does it not?
You know, the more that I travel with those that I am with, the more that seems to be the case.
Perhaps your self-imposed exile is finished.
I'm not even sure I would call it that anymore. Exile suggests that there is somewhere I am not bound to return to, and those places keep disappearing. I've lost all too much, even those that I am exiled from, albeit from my own decision. I aim to rectify that in myself, try to repair what I can and heal. But there is more to do before I can focus on myself.
Thank you for helping my daughter.
She is special.
Yes, she is.
I think we all know that. All of us would have followed her. And I think there's still time that we shall.
In time. In time. And he kind of looks down forlornly like, I had her for such a short amount of time, and I'm glad she's safe now, but God, wish I could have stayed with her or gone with her, but one horse.
One horse. And time is... What is time to us now?
Not a luxury we have any longer.
Therefore, we must appreciate every little bit that we have. The lives of humans are particularly short, and I knew your grandfather for a bitterly short amount of time.
What was he like?
Strong, loyal. He loved your grandmother dearly. There's a long kind of break, as did I. They were two bright lights among the flames, a pillar of hope in the downfall of what everything we knew. And they
Very dear to you.
They were. They were. But I had a decision to make. And I chose poorly. But here you are, as a result of all that. So, who knows if they would have escaped had I not done what I did.
One day, you and I are going to sit down and have a conversation about what exactly you did. But your secrets are your own to keep for now.
Thank you.
Alois, take care of them.
Upon my life.
That may be called upon.
I'm all too aware.
Kind of goes to clasp your hand, looks down, realizes he doesn't have it. Force of habit.
It's a good thing we didn't land with the boat.
True. I suppose I have already thanked you for saving my life, but I shall say it again. Despite the cost, and he looks down at the stump, I'm grateful.
As am I. I'm glad you're still here and of sound mind.
And you. It's a funny thing, the mind. I haven't felt sound of mind in many days. Every decision I make seems the wrong one. Every pass I turn down is something new, which at our age is rare, is it not?
It is. But do bear in mind, in my eyes, you are young.
After so many thousands of years, you would think I would have grown used to that, but Elves are strange, are we not?
We are. And I suppose that's something that Tuor would have never understood.
No. Though I think in time, he would have learned. Just a bit.
I think Idril taught him much.
I saw it in Aragorn. Every so often, the light of the Eldar in his eyes, it was something to behold.
It always is.
Hmm.
Take care of yourself, and please, safe journey back.
And you. If those fireflies are of any use to you, send word to the others. I'm sure they're eager to hear of our success.
We shall be doing so when night falls.
Be well, Helwith.
And you, Lord Elrond.
Does the elven salute and bow and walks off towards his sons. All right, Tinel, Tariel, are either of you trying to have conversations with anyone that is leaving or with Mordecai?
No, but I did want to do something
Yeah, go ahead.
as the sun sets because I have Thranduil's necklace,
You do.
and now seems like a good time because
Yeah.
I'm think I'm going to have to use that several times. Is that the idea?
You're unclear as to exactly how the mechanics of it are going to work, but I think
Yeah.
based on what Chris described and also in universe, in canon, it's not an immediate Thranduil and his army appear in front of you, but rather a calling to know, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I just need them
let's do this.
to move south.
Yeah.
Is kind of the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tell me what you're doing then.
So it's sort of like as the sun is setting, and as everybody sort of gets a little more preoccupied with the boat, she's going to slip away just towards any tree, any sort of wooded area.
Okay.
Insight check.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Get her, Dariel.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Are you trying to sneak off quietly then?
Yes.
So this would actually be an awareness check. Insight is more mental faculties.
Good. I have more dice for that.
Oh, excellent.
11, 15, 20, 24.
Okay. With a 24, Tori, let's have Tinel try and beat a 24 stealth.
Oh, wait.
check.
Sorry. That's a 9, not a 6. So that's 28.
28. You got to beat a 28 on your stealth.
Whoa.
All right. Very well.
She might Tinel right now.
It's a 10, not a 12. Hold on. 27.
Oh. Tinel, you sneak off into a nearby wooded area, not far.
I check for any
Ariel.
animals too.
Yeah, go ahead, make me I'll have you make either a scan check before you enter the forested area or an awareness check if you're already in.
I'll do an awareness check once I'm already in. She's a little wary now.
Yep.
Ooh, that was an Eye of Sauron. 27 again.
But it was an Eye of Sauron?
I have advantage.
Oh, that's right. You do. Okay. With a 27, there are animals that you hear scurrying around, but they're small enough that you don't see them, and you don't get the sense that any of them are interested in sticking around and talking to you at the moment. Tariel, what's it look like as you come upon Tinel in the forest?
Do I also need to do a stealth check?
If you're trying to hide what
Ooh.
you're doing,
I am.
yes, you are. Make a stealth check, and Tinel, make me another awareness check.
10,
Oh, this is gonna get
11,
juicy.
13, 18, 24 with a 6.
24 with a 6.
19.
19. Tinel, as far as you can tell, you're alone in this forest.
Excellent. Okay. So from my notes that I have, it is a
Mhm.
small mithril horn that I can use and it calls through the trees. Is there any message I can give with that? Or is it just a call to action?
So the way that we are sort of crafting it in the game, I say we, I'm maybe taking some creative liberties from Chris here. But I think in the interest of keeping it within sort of the canon that we've described, the Osanwe that you feel, this connection, you almost attempt, I think, at this moment to go beyond this little group you've created of people that you can talk to. You throw your mind out mentally. I'm going to ask you, please describe what it is you are doing with this horn, the message you want to send out, and what kind of check you think might be associated with the action.
Okay. So Tanel is doing this almost in secret because she is almost ashamed that she doesn't quite know how it works. And she's just hoping and praying that a message of come south, like it's time, comes through. So she tries to be almost ritualistic about it in like a little bit of a meditative as she looks it over and fiddles with it a little bit. And finally, like just takes this deep breath and calls. And it's just the thought of south now.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna let you pick. This
Okay.
can be either an insight check to figure out how to do it, or I'm gonna
Right.
say, actually, yeah.
Actually, can I
yeah,
do an
please.
insight check to see if I see that she does it correctly?
Ooh.
Yes, I will allow you to do an insight check, Tariel, and then Tanel, you can make either an awareness check
That's
or
Gandalf. And 3 5s.
Whoa!
and 3 5s.
Holy cow.
All right. Yeah, in that case, we'll play it out like this. Tanel, make me an insight check. Then.
Okay. There we go. 18.
18.
So I beat it. Yeah, I beat my target.
How much do you beat your target number by?
3.
3.
Yeah, not a lot.
With a 3, kind of look at it, and it's beautiful. This thing is gorgeous. And you kind of put it to your lips, blow a little bit, and you just kind of nothing.
Okay.
Tariel, you've seen this thing before. This is in Thranduil's personal collection, and you've seen him look at this almost reverently, having been made ages ago, and his obsession with jewelry. You know immediately that this used to be his wife's. And there is a moment when you realize, oh, this is potentially how they communicated with each other. And you know how it works.
And I was just going.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That was pretty good.
So Tanel,
Ricola.
I don't know if she will hear Tariel step out from her hiding place, but Tariel will emerge from the foliage right behind Tanel, just over her shoulder, and just say, "That's not how you do that."
Immediately spins around and is just dagger in hand. I knew it, but I didn't. It was very special. I didn't want to tell anyone in case someone came for it.
Where did you get that?
Thranduil. He offered the armies of Mirkwood to us.
And one of his most cherished possessions?
That is why I did not tell anyone about it.
He offered this to you and you only.
He offered it to me to aid all of us, but I recognize how rare it is We were going into dangerous places. If anyone knew,
No, you've done well, Tanel. And you can see she's sort of always a little bit spicy anyway, but she's not challenging you on this. She's just sort of perplexed that this has happened. But she regroups a minute and then says, well, may I?
Please.
So she takes it, and Zach. Oh, Zach.
For those that are not part of this Zoom chat, Zach, do you mind if I read it out loud? Zach said to the group, he was a different kind of horny with Howard.
Boo. Boo.
I respect it. Game recognized game. Tanel, you hand over the horn to Tariel, and in taking it, you immediately clock, oh, this is easy to use. There are little it almost works a little bit like an ocarina, in that there have to be certain fingers over certain holes. Otherwise, what comes out is a just flat kind of feeling. And it has to be done with a thought and an emotion in mind. And now you can explain this to Tanel, or you could also do it yourself, since it's
so Tariel she'll just sort of rotate it and, hold it up so it's like, she can see more clearly what she's supposed to be doing. And says, and what is it that you are trying to do specifically?
Just tell them to come south. That everyone's converging there towards Gondor.
To Gondor?
Yes.
Right. Have you ever been to Gondor?
No. But we've told him, well, not really that, but that he would need to come south eventually.
Certainly. This works best when blown with a clear intention. If you
have you been to Gondor?
I don't know if Taria will have been to Gondor.
Give me a lore check with ill favor. Let's see. Let's let the dice decide this part.
I feel like it's one of those things where if Thranduil's ever been to Gondor, perhaps she would have accompanied him on some sort of diplomatic.
It's entirely possible.
Okay, that was a Gandalf.
What?
Okay.
With a plus a 14.
Well,
and that wasn't, I swear to God, that's another Gandalf. I swear to God, there's another Gandalf in there.
All your luck is coming back.
And a 6.
We're back, baby.
2 6s. 2 6s. So
we're back, baby.
Tariel, when did you all go to Gondor? When did you all, or at least pass through the kingdom?
I mean, again, like, we've been alive a long time, and I don't think it's reasonable to expect elves to stay in one place
unless you're
that
Tanel.
whole time.
Unless you're Tanel. Very sheltered.
Are very sheltered, lovable.
Tariel comes from sort of a nomadic-ish people anyway. I feel like if there's any reason that Thranduil might have business with Gondor, he would send her. Maybe not for long or for any great purpose. She's probably never like met the steward of Gondor or anything, but like, I don't know, in peace times doesn't seem unreasonable.
Yeah, no, I'll allow that with a Gandalf. Absolutely.
Okay,
carry on.
She thinks about it for a moment and then just deferentially says, may I?
And Tanel just takes this deep breath and just lets go of it and gives it to her.
Tariel, she starts to lift it to her lips and then she thinks the better of it. And then holds it back out and moves her hands apart, just a little, like if just offering like She just lowers a hand and offers the spare space if Tanel would also like to put her hand on it.
Absolutely.
Okay. And
Power
then
of
with
friendship, Horn.
sort of a half
Mhm.
smile, she says, these things seem to work better when we do them together.
That's very generous of you.
She closes her eyes. And she will share this with Tanel through Osanwe.
Mhm.
She pictures Gondor on an autumn day. Everybody always thinks of Gondor in the spring or in the summer, but she thinks of it on one of those clear, crisp, perfect autumn days when there's not a cloud in the sky. And the blue is a blue that you've never seen. You can see across the plains for miles. It is gleaming white, and across your vision, golden leaves blow and swirl and disappear. And you think you can hear just far off the silver sound of bells. And she blows.
I'll add in a really cool sound effect here, but
Thank
I would
you.
like you, Tariel, please make me. This is going to be a lore check for both of you.
Oh yeah.
While they're doing that,
And
I-
18. No, wait. 17. 17.
Okay, 17. Sorry, Zach, we'll get to you in a second.
No, it's totally fine. It was kind of one for the audience.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, if anyone wants to work out what our most checked stat is, because we do a lot of
Oh.
Yeah, Lore's probably
Love
up
it.
there.
Apex.
A
What
lot
is-
of lore.
Oh, poor Apex.
yeah, watch another 6 days of us, Apex.
Yeah. Oh,
Where
seriously,
our
respect.
most rolled check is.
Mhm.
Probably lore, maybe athletics. You guys do a lot of athletics.
Oh,
It is.
scans too.
I think awareness might be up there.
I think
Oh, yeah,
awareness.
yeah, and
I think it's got to
awareness.
be awareness,
Awareness
or
and-
insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
20
try stealth, but Beery's a dwarf. Anyway, sorry, Janelle.
25.
25.
Yeah.
The image in your head of Gondor in the autumn, Tariel, moves through Tinel. And Beery and Howlwith, you kind of get this weird sense of something happening off in the distance, but unclear as the wind begins to swirl around you and the leaves on the trees begin to blow back and forth. And you watch as a number of these leaves fall off of their branches and start heading north. And as the wind grabs them, the wind does not die. And you see it rise higher and higher and higher and higher until there are birds literally flying around it, trying to parse out what exactly this is as the wind takes it further north.
Siri, play Colors of the Wind, please.
Oh, and then it immediately jumps to Phil Collins and we're doing the Tarzan circuit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
excellent.
Tariel lowers the horn and says, I'd say that worked.
I certainly hope so.
And hands it back to Tanel. You've
Thank
kept
you.
it safe this long.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We should
As you
That's
you
it.
two are as you two are attempting to wrap up, behind you, rolling with 3 6s,
One.
18, a 26 on stealth. Rayval stands in front of you two, just about 10 feet away. And she looks up at
This
you,
$2 whore.
looks up at you, Tanel, and says, Lady Tanel, would you mind giving Commander Tario and I a moment?
How did...
I'm very good at my job, my lady.
Should stop being surprised, but somehow
Sanel actually looks at Tariel like almost for approval to be, well, not approval, almost like, are you comfortable? Are you good? Should I leave?
She says, it's fine. Don't go far.
Of course. And she kind of just gives a nod to Rayval and leaves. And when she thinks she's kind of gone, dips into the bushes.
Stealth check, please.
Yep.
Such a clingy dude. He's like the guy that
Women helping women.
on the shoulder, like does
oh
that.
Dear.
Man.
Oh, 17. I beat it by 6.
See what Rayval is. He's the where's my hug elf.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh,
Rayval is seeing
So
you
cursed.
walk off, gives it a couple of seconds, looks up at you, Tariel. I'm sorry.
For what?
I don't regret saving your life, but I do regret what I said afterwards. I think I assumed the success of the quest would bring you back to your old self. And it didn't, and I was disappointed, and I took it out on you. Because though you may be my commanding officer, I care for you. Not like that. But you are dear to me. And I would not see you leave, and I would not see me leave your side without proper apology. My behavior was untoward, and you deserve better.
She has to think about this for a minute. Then I have to think about this for a minute. Rayval, as upset as I was, and as much as it pains me to admit this, you weren't entirely out of line.
Eyebrows go up for the first time.
My behavior was unbecoming of your commanding officer and of a friend, and I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I wish you had not endangered yourself on my behalf. I wish, for once, you would follow my simple orders. But I would be lying if I said that some part of me wasn't glad. So, thank you. You are many things, but egotistical is not one of them. You know your faults, you admit them, and perhaps we could all do with learning something from that. So, you are still, nevertheless, infuriating and out of line, and I'm still quite upset with you. I have said what I have said.
And it is all deserved. However, I cannot be your one-man army forever, Tario. One day, you are going to have to lead, as Thranduil asked you to.
You said you would have seen me go back to my old self. I can never go back to my old self, and for that I'm grateful. There is a better self, I think, ahead of me, and that Tauriel will follow her orders. as you must eventually follow yours, Rayval.
I look forward to meeting that Tariel. And he stands up, sharp and straight, gives the elven salute, bows.
Go forward with my blessing, poet.
Thank you, Commander. How did I do, Tanel? He rolled an 18 on his awareness check to your 17 stealth.
He just like pops up out of the bush. Very well.
I'll miss you too, you know.
Yes, I will miss you as well. You be safe.
And you. I've grown quite fond of you. I have a habit of falling in love with all of my friends.
She just freezes.
Yeah.
Like a statue in the woods.
Tariel also just casts him a not horrified, but just a still with this, always with this honesty, must you?
Lady Tariel, there's a certain beauty in the unbridled truth, is it not?
Rayval, I think you'd better go before I kiss you.
Do not threaten me with a good time, Commander. And turns about face and walks back. And that is where we're going to take our 1 hour break. We'll see you in 5 as we build the boat.
Oh my God.
Listen, at a certain point, you
Yeah.
gotta respect the Riz. And
I mean, you know,
Is he just persistent?
he's
Like,
just nevertheless he persisted.
I mean, I can't blame him in a way where we've all almost died several times. He's probably like,
definitely.
well, let's just get this
He's
out in the
trauma
open.
bonded to every single
Yeah.
one of you.
it's
Yeah.
like, you know, there's like romantic stories you hear from like people in like the 1920s where it's like, well, we were like I met my husband in the dance floor and he tried to dance off me and I said no to him 5 times, but he followed me home. He was specific. It's like
Very
that.
borderline between. There's a
Oh,
thin
yeah.
line between romantic and really creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's based on how much money you have and how good looking you are.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest though, I feel like Rayval walks the line. Like I think
Mhm.
he is at times like he oversteps. But just like in the way of a guy who's just not quite reading the room. He's never really, if you go back, he hasn't done anything overtly bad or creepy, even
No.
really particularly annoying. He is trying his best to
Yeah,
do
he
the
is.
right thing.
Yeah,
And
he is.
he's just got terrible timing. And he
I think
does
that's
not
it.
do what he's told.
I think that's it. The man does have terrible
It's
timing.
just
It's like being ribbed by Michael Cera. It somehow happens. You never quite know how you managed to get to this point.
Yep.
he wants everyone to get along. Like he's really not a bad dude.
No.
So
Let's take a break.
God bless him. Bless
Yeah.
his heart.
Bless
There
his
it is.
heart.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. All right, with that blessing, we'll take our 5.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
See ya.
Bye.
And welcome back. When we last left off, things were said, horns were blown, fish were fed. Wait, hang on. I could do this better. When we last left off, fish were fed, horns were blown, things were said, and everyone is far from home. I panicked at the end there. Sorry. I'm gonna
Far from dead.
Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Anyway, rhyming couplets are I am but not that smart. That's somewhat. Charlotte got it. There we go. English majors. Thank you. All right. It's a lot today. Welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and start building a boat. So Beery, or rather Max, however you want to sort of do this.
So is the way that I have this mental image that I would love to share.
Please.
As all of this like lovely elven conversation, all the whimsy out in the forest, you know. Meanwhile, it's like a full-blown like Studio Ghibli cartoon where like Gorge is carrying a plank of wood. You ever see like a dog with like a long piece of wood trying to get through a doorway, like hits, but then they have to like kind of go in sideways. That moment happening as he brings in one plank and then Beery behind carrying a couple more boards, but like the rats are hanging on either end, like they're helping. I think that was in Spirited Away. Like the mouse, you remember that?
Yes.
So we're getting full-blown Pixar in this barn building a boat, and we're utilizing the hull of this like little fishing vessel, having beams, like at least 2 beams that go probably another like 4 feet on the outside of the boat, where he's going to try and lash pretty much like pontoons, like a Polynesian outrigger boat. That's what I imagined.
Oh, okay, yeah. Almost like Moana style.
Yeah.
Close to. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool.
But maybe 2. The raft from Lost, is that how it is?
The raft from Lost. It's a
pontoon.
It's 2 pontoons, slats, and then like they had a sail, but there's like a underneath as well.
Yeah.
Tori, I'm really proud of you for bringing Lost into this.
Yeah, I will at any given opportunity.
Well done.
Thank you.
So we're building the Lost boat, and no sail, but does the does the boat come with oars?
Yes, there are. It's very much a canoe style looking thing. A little wider than a typical
vessel,
canoe. Yeah.
The outrigger and like kind of pontoon, just wooden logs as the pontoons, and then flat planks. So we're pretty much going to be on just like a big board and then like a little hatch where you can get inside the boat for storage and stuff like that.
Sure.
That's the goal. Let's see how this works out.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say happens. There's going to be a moment just before Eladon, Elrohir, Elrond, and Rayval leave, where Eladon and Elrohir come up to you, Halloweth, and go, "You fight well. I hope we draw swords together soon."
Thanks.
Good luck building the boat.
Thanks.
And they walk off.
No kind words.
You were just simply not worth my time.
It's thanks. I appreciate that.
Good luck being good at literally anything.
Safe travels. He'll say safe travels.
Don't die.
Because that's a weird way to just like back away from a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the Homer Simpson into the bushes.
Yeah. It's not dissimilar to that.
Yeah. Off in the distance. Halloweth, don't forget. Make sure you stay to the left on the river, because going to the right may lead you to that cave we found that's blocked off. That other way to go. Don't go into Mordor from there.
Thank you. We will remember that.
Our pleasure.
Do we trust their directions? Do we trust that that's a thing?
You can make an insight check if you want.
Can we?
They did make it through the past of the dead. Like,
let's.
Barely.
Who gives navigational directions with don't go to the left or don't go to the right? These bitches can't say east or west or port and starboard. Come on.
Left or right is very vague.
What does that mean? Relative to what?
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe Dawn was just a little bit flustered in trying to remember.
No, I'm making this in character. I'm making this an Eladon and Elrohir problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well,
It is their problem. The crypto bros of Middle Earth strike again.
Don't go
Halibeth rolled
that
great
way.
insight.
Great insight.
Oh,
So
yeah.
far as you can tell, what they have shared with you is that the thing that they found lines up with the thing that you all and Bilbo were trying to discern.
Right.
From that logic, the more west you stay in these sort of river passages as you go up the river towards Minas Tirith are going to be your best bets. Further to the right could potentially lead you into whatever secret passages they discovered. But you
Yeah,
have
the ones
not
that
yet
go into
explored.
Mordor.
Yeah, you have not yet
Yeah,
explored that.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Let's try and not do that just yet. Anyway,
Mhm.
Fair enough.
yeah, we don't want to go to Mordor yet.
No, I want to go to
No.
Gondor first.
Yeah.
We want to
Yep.
go to
Yeah.
we're trying to get to Minas Tirith. That's
Yeah.
our goal right now.
It's
Yep. Thank you. Yes. Go. Hopefully the path is clear. By all means, go with haste. Be on your way. Piss off. I don't know. Just
Yes. I'm unfamiliar with that phrase. Is it a
it's
Lothlorien?
it's an old Gondolinian.
Well,
Gondolinian phrase.
piss off to you as well, my friend. Namarie.
I actually I kind of like that. So we're keeping that in. I like that. Yes, Halloth. Oh, this is amusing, Halloth now.
Chris, how do you say piss off in Elvish?
Yeah.
I just finished the other night. I watched Spirited, the Ryan Reynolds Charles Dickens musical. It was delightful, and there's an entire song about how good afternoon would have been an insult in Victorian British culture, and they all just like as a fuck you, and they all have this wonderful song just singing good afternoon and starting fights with each other.
Excellent.
And I feel that this is Middle Earth's good afternoon.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Sounds amazing.
it's wonderful.
All right, let's go ahead and get started with our boat building. Who's helping?
Everybody.
Well,
I hope.
All hands on deck.
All right. Now, Beery,
This is exciting.
here's how this is going to work. Again, I am going to give you a couple of opportunities, and depending on how you want to do, we'll see how this goes. The first is going to be a craft check from all of you. And then, Beery, the next check for you. Actually, before we get to no, this is how I wanted to do it. Sorry, let me back up a little bit. Beery, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to make an enhearten check for me first. What this is going to do is increase your ability potentially to lead, to direct, to instruct everyone on how to sort of craft this so that it works.
All right, everyone, gather up. Huddle up. This is the raft Mark II, eh? We're going to make it bigger. We're going to make it faster and stronger. It's going to be wonderful. Like half of my target number. Damn it.
Struggling a little bit to sort of explain the picture in his head and how it translates onto real life.
No. The plank goes here. You're perpendicular. I'll just give it to me.
Oh, let me do it here. I got this. And then okay. So that goes on for a little bit. Had you succeeded in the role, I would have given you all advantage on your craft checks. But in the meantime, go ahead and everybody make a craft check as we try and build another boat.
I beat my target number by 1.
Okay, that's one success.
Crazy for me.
I also beat my target number by 1.
Fantastic.
My luck has abandoned me. I'm 4 short of my target number.
Okay, 4 short, but
I did roll. Yeah, it's a.
oh no,
9.
I was
Max.
talking to
Got
Max
it.
because Max looked happy.
Did it.
Excellent.
Roll the Randolph, and there's 2
Hey.
And 2 6s. Okay, so the 2 6s will cancel out the Tariel failure, and boat after a couple hours looks pretty good. Mordecai is going to come out and say, "Oh, right, that's marvelous. You've done very well for yourself, Master Beery, and you should be quite proud."
I mean, it's not bad for wood. Sorry, Apex. It's just not a very good building material, you know.
Right.
Very unreliable.
Right, of course. What are those 2 rats there doing? You want me to shoo them away?
How dare you? Those are our foremen.
What? Beg your pardon, sir.
Here. Come closer.
All right, he scoots closer.
Sir Ratchet if you wouldn't mind, say hello to the nice gentleman.
Master Beery, are these rats the talking kind? We are, sir. Hello. Oh, dear.
No, no. It
Oh.
reaches up and places a hand, like very, just trying to do like nice little circles on the old man's back. You know, imagine it's like knobby with vertebrae.
I've not been touched in years.
Oh, no, why make it weird?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
My friend, not all these animals have malintent. Look at these fine rats. Noble they are. I feel like you can learn so much from them and have compatriots of your own.
Oh, are they staying with me?
No. These are all no. I mean, they're not all rats, but they're all compatriots and all companions. But if you get out a little bit, do not fear, my friend. There's a lovely school of fish just outside that could very well be friends of yours.
Oh, is that the mother with her spawns?
Oh, mother is what our kids call her.
Oh,
we call her friend.
Oh, well then, I'll go see about this here.
First thing in the morning, and
great.
also, I think she likes maybe a worm. Might be a nice little conversation starter.
We got plenty of them in these here parts. I'll grab me shovel.
Lovely.
Right.
Oh, good. He's not gonna be afraid of animals now. Maybe, hopefully.
Well,
now he's gonna get eaten by something.
Because a lot of these animals are not friendly. So
hello, Mr. Wolf.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, God.
Oh, is that a giant elephant? I do believe you're my friend. No.
God.
But also I had another idea. We could use each oar as almost like a gondola style on either side.
Okay.
As like little rudders, and they can kind of
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You can have your main and then the your son on them. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
we could sing dwarven songs. Yeah, that would be amazing.
There you go.
Okay. You guys getting on
dwarves?
I was just gonna say, how many riverboat songs do the dwarves have?
A singular one.
We're gonna make it up.
Don't die, don't die. Like
oh, me balance isn't good, but I'm small enough to I don't know. That was terrible. I'm gonna cut most of my riffs. These are just
You're doing great.
No, I forgot to take my Adderall this morning. I just remembered that fully 7:15. Anyway.
Love it.
But yeah, I think we put this thing together. It might, and we had to work into the night a little bit, but
sure.
I would say definitely before morning we'll be ready to rock. Should we sleep?
If you guys want to sleep, you can. If you guys want to travel through the night, it will just make your checks a little bit more difficult just for visibility's sake.
I feel like we need our wits about us.
Yes.
We should rest. We don't want to be on the open sea and not having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be bad time enough.
Yeah. All right.
Are we able to scavenge any rope in this town?
Oh yeah, you're easily being able to scavenge some rope. Do you want to nick anything else from the town? It's literally an empty town.
As the build is kind of continuing, he might be probably halfway through that mead bottle, and I think construction happened a little quicker than he was expecting. He might just have to wander around and see if there's anything useful around here. Is that pitchfork around?
Yeah, you can. You can grab a pitchfork for sure.
No, the one that has already slain a man.
Oh, the one that killed Gerald. You know what? We'll let the dice decide this. Make me an explore check.
Yeah. Find poor dead Gerald.
Yeah, we find his
oh God.
Roll for Gerald.
Are we looting bodies now?
Yes, now we're gonna need to run D&D. TTRPG.
With the 13
other TTRPGs are available.
17 beat it by a few, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You find, we'll say, a pitchfork.
Okay. He's gonna assume it's the pitchfork. It's already slayed somebody. It's got, it's seasoned. I think that this is gonna be the most important thing we found all this journey, I promise you. Grab some rope. He's got his pitchfork. He's looking around. Nothing else jumps out to him.
Are you looking for something specific?
No. He's just kleptomaniac.
Okay. Make me a scan check then. Max knows I like to hide things in my locations that I build, and
I wonder how much I do want to go back and just see what we missed.
oh, that's
That
a
would be
whole
fun.
episode. After this whole campaign is over, I'm just gonna go through my notes and tell you all the stuff that you missed.
Yay.
Yeah, like the mines
Yay.
of the Moria.
I mean, no, wait for that for our journey back.
There you go. Very true.
2 6s, 28.
With a 28. All right. Hang on. Let me grab my notes.
What's done here?
Oh, Excalibur is sitting in there in the brush.
Yeah.
You find a lightsaber. Just
Yeah.
tucked away.
Beery, there's a fully loaded M5 rifle just sitting. Property of United States military is written on.
This
Next
feels
to that
lot
is a
like
rocket
Carl
launcher that says
Urban's-
Stark
Carl
Industries.
Urban's character in Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Behold.
Geralt was actually just like a
This
plain.
is like the Unpredicted Party written by Mel Brooks. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, Arundel in space.
Perfect.
Shit. All right, we're getting far too silly, but it's mostly just me, so I do apologize.
you are. All I said was Mel Brooks, and you just went.
I made it weird.
You made it weird again.
I do that all the time. That's my brand.
Leave us alone, Don
No.
Marshall.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, I think you are going to look through this town, and everything came together a little bit faster than normal. And you're going to notice in one of the houses in particular, it looks like they were probably the first ones to leave because everything is just gone. It looks like something happened and they just fled. They grabbed the clothes, they grabbed some packs, but like there's a couple of jewels hidden in a little box on one of the dressers. The fire in the fireplace still has like the soot burning underneath. There's a couple of bottles of wine, human wine, throughout the entirety, a fishing hook as well, but nothing really in particular that catches your eye until you see a very small ring. It's not anything fancy or anything, and it's not a ring of power. I'm not no metagaming here at
Find the
all.
one ring.
Yeah.
Tucked away.
It's just
We found Whitehair's hiding spot.
yeah, no, it's just it looks to be like almost in the style of an engagement ring with a precious stone on the top and a little band.
These people have stories. Oh,
Well, sometimes people.
he's gonna. Okay, so it's
Yep.
just is it gold or is it silver?
Yeah, it's a gold band with actually hang on a 7 or higher, it's a diamond. That's a Gandalf. This thing is beautiful.
It's a rock.
Yeah, it's a freaking great gem.
Got it.
All right, cool.
Well, he's gonna pocket that thing.
Yeah,
Actually,
I bet he is.
probably tries to put it on his pinky, and it fits like for the first knuckle. And
Yeah, it barely gets past your first joint.
yeah, pockets it, comes back, strides in with his rope, kind of loads. I would say we're gonna load this into the hull of our little raft. Pretty much what the boat is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And he's gonna sleep on the raft in his like little bedroll.
Yep.
Just to like get acquainted and
Okay.
get the feel of it.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
All right. As you guys are sort of getting ready to leave, is there anything anyone else would like to do before you depart?
Are we departing in the night or is this the next morning?
I believe it was next morning. You said you
Okay,
wanted to have
sorry.
your wits about you.
I missed that.
No, you're fine.
Apologies.
No.
Nothing else?
Mm-mm.
Tariel? You look
You could forever hold your peace.
pensive.
What's Mordecai doing as we leave? Where is he?
He's just watching you. Just, from sort of the village. He's sort of left you to your own devices, but he's, around. It's the most activity he's seen in many weeks. So.
Okay.
All right.
If I was gonna have this feeling, I should have had it earlier. I should have done something earlier.
I did insight check him.
You did insight check him, right?
Yeah, and he
Okay.
was very
We did.
genuine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's been so nice. He's been so
Mordecai's
very nice.
chill.
Yeah, he's
I'm
fine.
sure he's chill.
He's a dude.
Just
He's a
thinking
dude.
about the things that Don likes to hide in plain sight.
No,
as we
he's chill.
Okay. All right.
as
All
we
right.
like huddle into our like bedrolls, right? We're all saying, where would Halloweth be sleeping? Because I imagine we built this thing in this barn and we're going to carry it to the shoreline in the morning.
Yeah.
So we're still in the barn.
Yeah.
Would Halloweth be in the barn?
Halloweth?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, if we're all going to be, he's probably made himself like a decent bed with like ferns, hay, make it as comfy as possible, his bedroll. So
Imagine like
he's just about to be tucked up.
Okay. Sometime in the middle of the night, Beery just kind of like peeks over the side of the new raft and, hey, Hal, are you asleep?
No, not anymore.
I can't sleep.
Are you so excited about tomorrow morning?
I mean, a little bit. But I just I've never been on like open water before. Like, I mean, what's it look like?
Oh, wow. Well, have you ever, in the caves, have you ever seen a lake?
So in Erebor, there's a couple places where where we're below the groundwater. We have to do a lot of shoring and things like that. But there's quite a few bathing houses and things like that. Where hot springs reside, and it's beautiful. I mean, I'm just imagining that, but everywhere you look.
Then you have a pretty good picture. The
Wow.
one thing you probably won't get with that is where the sea meets the horizon. And when the sun rises and when the sun sets, you get that wonderful contrast that you just want to savor, keep in your memory forever. And if you're very observant and if it's a very clear night, as the sun goes down, you'll see a little green wink as the sun descends beneath the waves.
Oh, I'm even more excited.
Make sure you're awake tomorrow to see it. Get some sleep.
Kind of scurries back onto the raft and shifts a little bit.
How it's going to say with a smile. Sweet.
All right. The morning dawns and you all bring the boat out onto the water. And despite any misgivings you might have had, it does float and it does work properly. Well done on all of those crafting checks. Thank God that advantage wasn't needed. Good job, everybody. All right. So as you make your way out onto the water, we're going to potentially move to the sort of travel portion as you make your way down towards the coast and then back up. So you make your way there. Now, you don't have to have a Middle Earth map up, but there are a couple of, hang on, let me bring it up. There are.
Show us the map.
Hang on.
I quickly Googled it while we were.
I try to have it pretty close.
Yeah.
So
I've misplaced mine completely.
So you are sort of here in this area. You're going to come down through sort of the southern portion, Gondor, just east of Cullen. And then you have a couple of options. Depending on how things go, you can go north up to the mountain and then straight across, or you can go all the way down towards Belfalas, towards Tolfalas, where the island is, and then you can go sort of towards Lebanon, which is a little bit more east through the deltas, and then up the river. And then you kind of get the sense that the river going right, looking at this map, the thing going right would probably be the thing that Eladon and Elro here were talking about when the left and right thing happens. Charlotte, just anyway,
would we be able to know which way is fastest? Because I think we only have 5 days.
At this point,
Can you zoom out so we can see that scale?
yeah.
Here we go. That's in miles. Okay. All right. Go back.
Yeah.
Can you zoom back in a little bit further now? Okay. So, nope, too far. Back up. Thank you. Okay. So one of those increments is 50 miles. So the first stretch of this river is 50 miles.
Yeah, you've got about 50, 50, 50. It's going to be tough.
We're gonna be practically longshoremen by the
We're
end
not
of
going to
this.
get. We're not going to get there in time.
Boats are going to be a lot quicker than walking, because if we go
No, I agree.
up that
Oh,
river
good point.
towards the mountains and then walk, it's a lot. I mean, walking 150 miles to Minas Tirith from where that river comes off. No. So if you go down towards the Edhelond
But
bridge there,
if we're going up the Anduin, we're going upriver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're fighting the current.
somehow the black ships managed it pretty easily.
They did.
Well, they were manned by slaves.
And they had
They
sails.
really-
And they
rowing
had
oars.
sails. Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
tides, because you mentioned like, they're deltas, right? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Could we ride tides in, like ride a tide in?
It's entirely possible.
I don't think we
right,
can
yeah.
for 150 miles.
No, not all the
Well,
way
certainly
upriver.
not for the entirety of the journey. No.
Sure.
But
No, yeah.
But we like tie
well,
off.
Am I right with 5 days?
I think
I got to
it's-
remember because you had
It was one day to the Stone of Eret.
Mm-hmm.
That day.
And then you just spent the night overnight at
I think that's 6 because we had 8 days.
I keep thinking it's 7. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so,
no,
yeah,
it's fine.
then you're
Yeah.
right.
Also,
6
another
days.
factor to the big scary stuff is in the big scary sea.
Mhm.
So
That is also true.
we got to take that for an account as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to let you know right now, you're not going to be able to ride a sea monster into Gondor. That's just, I'm
Darn. Damn it.
drawing a line there. That's the line.
But what if I roll really, really well?
You all would need to ride Gandalf's, and one of you would probably need to marry the sea monster afterwards as a
All
show of
right.
good
Done.
faith.
Okay.
Bad part is I know you would do that.
I mean, it still seems like the boat might be best.
I
Could
think
we
so.
do it?
The mountain. If we go the mountain route, mountains are not easy to just.
No,
Yeah,
the boat's
no.
going to be the best thing, and we don't want to go. We don't want to go overland. It's just what I'm trying to figure out is we're going to be late. How late are we going to be?
Well, and they're probably
Yeah.
gonna be late too because they're in the thick of it as well.
We're gonna arrive. Honestly, we're gonna arrive at Minas Tirith probably at exactly the same time as the
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
armies, as in Mordor's armies.
Because
Oh,
Halbrad's
wow, it was like it was planned. Okay.
Halbrad's gonna kill us if we're any
He'll be
later.
We've done our best. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he gives a shit.
No, he won't.
So what do you guys think?
I think we're just going to have to
Oh,
say our prayers to Ulmo and Manwë for a stiff wind and
And God, the
protection.
end of
mhm.
You want to invoke the name of the Valar, you go right ahead.
Maybe I will.
Does my
Arwen's better
power
at it, but-
influence waves? Can I do that?
You can
Will.
certainly try.
Brilliant. Okay.
Well,
Well, at least we have like 100 miles until we have to make the decision which direction we choose.
that's very true.
True. Yeah. Let's get down to the sea first.
Yeah, let's get there.
Let's roll.
Yeah.
One
All
step
right.
at a time.
One stroke at a time as the oars begin to hit the water. You watch Mordecai give you a wave. Goodbye, good sirs and ladies and whores and rats. Oh my, what is this world coming to? Right. Good fortune and thank you for the magic corn.
You're welcome. You were. How slow are we going here?
You're
feels
still
like one of those
Hurry up,
really
hurry up, hurry
awkward
up.
buys where we're just like,
go,
bye.
leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I'm going to make a prediction here that by this point, the chat has already demanded T-shirts that say "Thank you for the magic corn."
Well, if they
And
haven't
chat, if
yet,
you
they're
haven't
going to
done
now.
that by now, you're dropping the ball. Come on.
Oh, all right. Having successfully built the boat, had your conversations, spoken amongst each other, as Beery looks forward to seeing where the horizon meets the sea, you all make your way further south towards Minas Tirith. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of the Unpredicted Party.
Not on a cliffhanger.
5 more minutes.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 more minutes. Everybody,
No,
choose
dies.
your stances. The giant sea monster is going to.
Tentacles just rip out of the water.
Rip the
no.
rock off immediately.
The Watcher in the Water's big sister is actually going to just
Oh,
scoop you all
God.
up and.
It's a
This
crack.
is lovely. We have a river cruise, guys. This is the best.
This is the Jungle Cruise episodes, and I expect many puns.
Yes. I'll work on
Oh,
Oh
and
my
also,
gosh. Okay, next
We
time.
grabbed the wine. The wine got
Oh,
grabbed.
Of
Even
course
though
we
it's
have the
human-
wine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course we have the wine.
You got plenty. You got plenty. All right, folks, some announcements before we wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. We will have a brief Unpredicted after party over at Patreon, patreon.com/DonMarshall72. Special thanks to all of my players for joining us again. I always forget to do, in fact, this might be the first time I've ever done this, but I was on a podcast, the Prancing Pony podcast recently, where they read the ads also at the end sometimes, and I always
yeah.
forget. So thanks again to the Rook and the Raven folks for making all of this happen. We will see you 2 Fridays from now, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, that next Monday, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.